All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er video. Who does Pro Football Focus say played well and played poorly in Super Bowl 58? All right, let's start with the offense. The 5 highest graded 49ers on offense in Super Bowl 58, Chris Conley. How about that? Chris Conley, the wide receiver who had a big tackle. He also had a big catch. Conley got a very high grade, as did Trent Williams, as did Juwan Jennings, Ray McLeod, and Brock Purdy. Those were the 5 highest graded 49ers on offense. All right, how about low grades? Who did not do well according to Pro Football Focus on the offensive side? Both the Niner guards struggled. Aaron Banks and Spencer Burford both were given low grades by Pro Football Focus. Chris Jones made a number of big plays. No question about it. Chris Jones, every game against the Niners, he seems like he just dominates. He just has a way to dominate them. And so Aaron Banks and Spencer Burford, both given relatively low grades by Pro Football Focus. And the other guy who got kind of a low grade was Elijah Mitchell. And I'm not sure why, because Elijah only had a couple of carries, but he had one nice carry. So I'm surprised there. But Banks and Burford and Mitchell on the get the worst Pro Football Focus grades on the offense, and the best ones go to Conley, Trent Williams, Juwan Jennings, who really did rise up in the moment, Ray McLeod, and Brock Purdy. I thought Purdy played well. Ray, not so much. I'm really surprised by Ray being in there because he tried to, pick up the ball when the ball hit Luter's foot. He should have just fell on the ball. Instead, it looked like he tried to advance it, further fumbled it, and the Niners lost that possession. That was a huge, huge turning point in the game, a major negative play for the 49ers. So I kind of disagree, and I don't always agree with Pro Football Focus. Pro Football Focus has, one way of looking at it, and sometimes they're right, and other times you look at it and you're like, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with what Pro Football Focus threw out there. And so it's just, I sometimes agree, I sometimes don't agree. So it's like Pro Football Focus is interesting, and you never, they always at least makes you think. But when you look at, what kind of grades they give out, it's a little surprising. So Brock Purdy got a 73.9. But Ray, who only played 6 snaps on offense, got a 76.9. He got a higher grade in his 6 snaps. I don't know. I would say no. Chris Conley got a 91.8 grade, highest of any 49er on either side of the ball. And he only played 8 snaps in the game. So I thought Conley did look really, really good. Okay, so that, and then the lowest graded guys, Elijah, Burford, and Banks. Banks played 75 snaps. Burford only played 44 snaps. Mitchell only played 4 snaps. So there you go. Those are the 3 lowest graded offensive players. All right, let's jump over to the defensive side. Who was the highest graded defensive player? Deommodore Lenoir, Niners cornerback, played 78 snaps. He got an 80.5 grade. Jair Brown played 78 snaps. He got a 79.6 grade. I liked what I saw from Jair in this game. Javon Hargrave was active in this game, 79.2 in 48 snaps. Armstead got a 75.3 in 53 snaps. And then Mooney Ward. I thought Mooney Ward was exceptional in this game. He really did a nice job, 74.5. He played 79 defensive snaps. So those were the best defensive players according to PFF. Who were the lowest graded defensive players? Tayshaun Gibson. And I kind of wonder if this is it for Tayshaun Gibson. 34.7 grade, played 79 snaps at strong safety. I just think that Tayshaun Gibson is a solid player, but they need to upgrade. You're going to go with Hufanga next year. You're going to go with Jair Brown, most likely. And I think I would go for younger players and let Tayshaun Gibson walk away. Also, Oren Burks got a low grade, 35.3 and 71 snaps. This is another mistake the Niners made. They should have given Jalen Graham and D. Winters more run throughout the year. Instead, they went with Flanagan Fowles and Burks, and those guys are veteran players, and Burks had some good moments, but overall, Jalen Graham, I think by the middle of next year, people are going to be going, they had Jalen Graham last year and they didn't utilize him. Why? He's really, really good. So wait until you see Jalen Graham and D. Winters at full thrust next summer in camp and next preseason. People are going to look up and go, these guys are way better than Oren Burks. How come they didn't play? And people are going to be like, well, I guess they weren't experienced enough, or they couldn't get him up and ready fast enough. But either way, Burks, not a good grade. And then Kevin Givens, who's a free agent. He got a 48 grade. He played 27 snaps. I think the Niners are probably going to move on from Givens as well. But somebody's going to overpay Givens in free agency. That's just kind of the way it always works. So that's interesting. So Chris Conley was the Niners' highest graded player with a 91.8 overall grade, and he played 8 snaps. As far as who got the highest grade overall on either team, it was Chiefs linebacker Leo Chenal, the former Wisconsin Badger. He finished with the highest grade in the Super Bowl 58 game overall, 92. So there you go. I thought Juwan Jennings probably deserved a higher grade than he got. It was good to see Jair Brown get a high grade. It was really good to see Hargrave get a high grade because of the way he's played. It was funny. Chase Young, who is scheduled to become a free agent, earned his best overall grade. He had a 73.4. That's his best grade since Week 14 against the Seahawks. He recorded 4 pressures and had a sack. So, there was some question as to, which Chase Young would show up and how would Chase Young show up and play. Chase Young played well in this game. He absolutely did. He played with his hair on fire. He played with a lot of passion. So there you go. Looking at the Pro Football Focus grades, it's not an exact science, but I wind up agreeing with their grades about 80% of the time. And in this particular game, I think they got the low-graded ones right. Gibson, Burks, and Givens on defense. Banks, Burford, and Mitchell on offense. The high grades, I get, Armstead and Ward and Hargrave and Jair Brown and Demo Lenore. I guess I don't really understand how Ray got such a high grade. He's one of the 5 highest graded 49ers, and yet I would say his play was just okay. But there you have it, the Pro Football Focus grades from Super Bowl 58. Hope you enjoy the video. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Thanks to our February sponsors as well. Check the link in the descriptions for everybody's website. And thanks to all you guys. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. And thanks for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.